Okay, we are officially live. That shit's going down. Live is correct. Where is the live notification? Where is my live notification? Twitch. Yeah. Ugh. Why can't I ever just start the fucking stream without doing anything wrong? Okay. There we go. There we go, there we go, there we go. Ahoy, Squish Puff Dave. Good to see you. Good to see you. I guess we'll wait just a little bit. Oh, Chris Saffron followed me. I'm not sure who Chris Saffron is, but thank you. Everybody's names are all different on the various platforms. Itch and Twitch and Discord, and it's hard to keep track of. Imagine going to a party and you're like, hi, my name is Cathartigan, Wanderjahre, Dylan Davis. And you have to remember all three of them, but only in certain contexts. So by this table, I'm Wanderjahre. At the bar, I'm Dylan Davis. And on the dance floor, I'm Cathartigan. But you can just call me Catheter for short. Okay, so I don't know, how do I look at this? There we go. So far it's just me and Dave. Just me and Dave hanging out. So hopefully the other people will start showing up soon. Because if not, then it's just going to be me and Dave talking about games. Which is not, I don't think it's the first time. I think maybe me and you have done streams just me and you before. Although I think Two Links was always there. Back in the long lost days of Neophyte. Just two bros hanging out, you know? Two bros hanging out, talking about random games submitted to a game jam. Talking about narrative, you know, as bros do. Narrative structure. Talking about Garfield. You know, bro stuff. Oh, sorry. I always forget that this water is like loud. It's extremely loud water. Oh, I just want to talk about one thing. I know. It's fucking gross. It's disgusting. I just want to talk about hero's journey narrative structure and objective correlative. Ludo narrative dissonance. Users in chat. Still no one. Still no one. We'll give it a minute. Maybe I should just mention. I think I should do that. Just like, I want to make a role. I want to make like a temporary role that when you submit to the jam, it gives you this role in the Discord, and it says like, I submitted, And then I can just ping that, like at I submitted, and then it just pings everybody who submitted. Because like there's a lot of developers I know who didn't submit, and it feels weird to just at mention them, but let's see. But I don't know. I mean, there probably is a way to make temporary roles, but I don't know. Add developer. I'm streaming your games. Get on in here, as the Southern Americans would say. Yeah, I think I might figure out how to make temporary roles in the Discord. You'll never get everybody, because like I know, for example, I'm almost positive that this guy never joined the Discord, the Ititso. But this game looked like it was made quite a while ago. I've been summoned. Yes, you have, Corbin. Yes, you have. I'm happy to see you. Let's see who's here now. Squish Buff, Dave, and Corbin. Hey! Everybody's here. Almost. The whole gang. Not to spoil the games, but they're all fantastic. I'm super excited. I'm really excited. As a matter of fact, I think we ought to just get going. We might have enough people here now. So it's time, says Awesome Trinket in the Discord. It's time. It's interesting that Bruce Buffer popularized the It's Time, but his brother also was the one, I think, or his father was the one who popularized Let's Get Ready to Rumble. It's like, God, what a family lineage. You know what I mean? A family lineage of like phrases. Imagine your family only being known for phrases. It's like, yeah, his dad, he's the one that came up with jazz hands on a Sunday. Okay, sorry. I got distracted. So, we're going to do the twist room first. Sorry, Awesome Trinket. We will play them all. Well, we'll try to play them all. I don't think we probably won't get to Toasters. I don't think Toasters here anyway, so it's okay that he doesn't see it live. But everybody who is here, I want to try and get their game done. So I think what we'll do is just like the people who are here, I'm going to go through them, and then like if Mr. C shows up later, then maybe we can try and go for monochrome. But for now, we're gonna start with our joint winners, right? So I love the twists in the twist room. There was a theme, right? Sorry, this is something I should know. Oh yeah, a new beginning. I forgot that I wrote about my gallbladder surgery. that was while under the influence of a couple of different medications in a hospital bed. So okay. Twist room. So these are our joint first winners. Actually, I wanted to look at that real quick. So we don't have a gigantic sample size, but I think it's pretty interesting that we have most compelling narrative tied between Awesome Trinket and Squish Buff Dave. Best use of optional theme goes to Squish Buff Dave. Overall number 1. But then we also have overall number 1. So we had a split vote here. And I want to know who I forget the term for it. The split vote. We got most compelling character on I Want to Woo the Handsome Great Chief of Northern Meldrick. I'm interested to know who the most compelling character is. Most innovative use of ludonarrative. Most innovative use of ludonarrative is interesting that it's number 3 here for Squish Buff Dave, because Squish Buff Dave is usually toward the high end of this. He usually averages in. I mean, I guess it's the top 3, so I guess it is average still. but yeah, so we got the best overall, ranked first and tied for first, and then we have a third, because I guess there's no second place when you have a tie for first. Anyway, twist room. So The car rolls to a stop at the carnival parking lot. Brian pulls out the keys and turns to you excitedly. I'm going to check out the gyroscope. You can find something to do for half an hour, yeah? Sure, you shrug. Anything that doesn't give me motion sickness is perfect. I'll meet you back here at the car when you're done. All right, so right off the top, there's something I want to talk about that I think is really interesting. And I think Dave is typically pretty good at this kind of thing. And this is something that I think a lot of fiction writers need to get better at in general, including me. But before I say it, I want to read this chat message. Well, it helps when the main character mind literally points out, oh, this is a game, and notices the end-game stuff. Oh, so we got some fourth wall breaking. It's the simping that did it for me. Okay. So right off the top, there's something called... in fiction writing, it's called the uninventable detail. Okay. Now, the uninventable detail, I've talked about this a lot back on Neophyte, and I've talked about it. I think I've talked about it a little bit in Wanderjahre. But the uninventable detail is the detail which is both subtle and striking at the same time. And the reason why you want it is because good stories, believable stories, have details which are uninventable, meaning they are so strange that the story therefore has to be true, right? So an example of this, there's a really famous story, I forget the title of it, of course, but there's a famous story from Roman times where it's kind of a horror story, actually, where there's this city that is that's having problems, and actually maybe it's a Lovecraft story, I can't remember, but anyway, so the detail that I remember from the story though is that there's a Roman man in his, Roman garb. And in order to counteract whatever is taking place in the story, he pees in a circle. And this is like a well-respected story. This isn't like a dorky, hokey joke story. This is it's a well-respected kind of artsy fartsy, old-timey, they always did it better in the old time story, right? And the guy literally pees in a circle, and that detail is just weird, right? It's just a strange thing to have in a story, and therefore you kind of have to believe it, right? Another example, one that I use a lot, is imagine the you and I were friends in real life, right? And we're at a coffee shop, and I said, yeah, my car got stolen. I don't, the guy came up to the window and he pointed a gun at me, and I didn't know what to do. So I got out and he took my car, right? Versus my car got stolen and the guy was in a banana costume, right? Now, you probably just sat forward in your seat unintentionally just because the guy was wearing a banana costume. It just is the case. And for whatever reason, it just grabs the human mind. It grabs the human attention when there's a thing that is just a little bit just a little thing that just kind of registers in your mind, but not quite enough. You know what I mean? It's it's one thing if it's the guy was wearing a banana costume, and it's another thing if my car got stolen and it was Barack Obama on a magic carpet with the revolver. That's when you take the uninventable too far, and it's no longer an uninventable, it's an invented detail, right? And so what you want in your stories is you want to have a series of uninventable details that pull your reader through and go, how, what? Really? That kind of thing, right? And so the reason why I brought this up to begin with is because there's a whole bunch of interesting things like carnival parking lot. Brian excitedly turns to you in the carnival parking lot and he says, I'm going to go check out the gyroscope. Now, the gyroscope probably turns out to be like a ride or something, but it's one of those things that grabs my attention and makes me go, this story is believable, because it's a strange, in my mind, I'm picturing a giant gyroscope, right? Commence festivities. The carnival bustles with rambunctious teenagers, second-rate grifters, and sticky-faced children. Once again, just excellent use of concrete details that are, just pop. Let's see. Bottle game, twist room, back to the car. Bottle game, because this game is called Twist Room. A toothless woman sits at the booth. Knock down the bottles, win a prize. A toothless woman. $5 entry. Play bottle game. You throw a ball at the stack of bottles and miss wildly. Better luck next time, coughs the woman. The carnival bustles with her rambunctious teenagers. Twist Room. Twist Room declares... I like that we have that option, even though it's clear that it's not really the right one. It's just kind of like a... I wish there was a term for it. It's like a delay of the inevitable. No, there is a term for it, right? I really hope she has dentures. So there is a term for it where... I wish I could... I think it's called sublimity. So like... Sublimity in narrative is kind of like the Oedipus Rex discovering that he's been married to his mom is like the G-rated version of saying that, where like dramatic irony, I guess, is part of it too. But like the before the character knows, right? Or you find out just after the character. It's kind of like this delayed response of like knowing something either before the character or after the character. You never really want your audience to find out something at the same time as the character. It's always just a little bit before or a little bit after, right? The dramatic tension is better that way. I don't really have a concrete reason as to why. I can give you examples, but for the most part, you typically want to have. You want your reader to be just a teeny bit behind your protagonist or just a teeny bit ahead of your protagonist. And you can probably figure out why it is the case, right? So like if your protagonist is dumber, you probably want your audience to figure it out before them. If your character is smarter, like a Sherlock Holmesian type, you might want to have your audience figure it out just after. Or you can invert it, right? There's a lot of different ways you can do that. You can play with it, but you have to know that generally you're shooting for this sense of inevitability of figuring out something before or after the character. And sorry, I'm talking too much. Let's keep reading. Twist Room declares a large spin painted in bright primary colors. Below the sign is a plain looking door. There's also the end of a chute sticking out from the side of the building. The end of a chute. Okay. A goateed man stands at the booth, a crooked smile twisting across his face. $5 for a twist. Speak to the goateed man. What is this place? I'm afraid we have a no spoilers policy, he laments. One ticket, please. The goateed man takes your money and ushers you inside. The door slams shut behind you. A scantily clad Thai woman holds a bottle of lubricant and gestures to a massage table. Close off, please. Oh, that's my dog. He wanted a stick. Your cheeks flush red. I'm sorry, there's been a misunderstanding. No massage. The Thai woman scowls and pulls out a pistol from between her butt cheeks, aiming it at you. Talk about uninventable. The $5 for a twist sentence haunts me in my dreams. Give him the old dick twist. One of my favorite things to do in Kawasim is have the player be a total dumbass and genuinely think their harebrained schemes would have worked. Isekai anime, yeah. From her butt. 1 second. I'm running over a cable. That I don't want to destroy. Okay, so uninventable detail, perfect. Pulls out a pistol from between her butt cheeks, aiming it at you. Close off, please. Suddenly, you are hurtling through a slippery pipe which ejects you into a muddy puddle outside. The goateed man flips through his money. Just remember, what happens in the twist room stays in the twist room. I'm not here to judge. Speak to the goateed man. What the hell was that? How does this even work? No idea. I just work here. What the hell was that? I would say twice. What is this place? I'm afraid we have a no spoilers policy. Another ticket, please. The goateed man ushers you inside. The door to the twist room swings shut. On the wall, 2 words are painted in bright letters. Wake up. This is the best twist to start with. Wake up. The world begins to spin as those words echo in your mind. A loud beeping noise jolts you awake. You're lying in a hospital bed under bright fluorescent lights. Brian is here with a bruised face and several stitches. Oh my god, I thought we'd lost you. I'm so sorry. I shouldn't have tried to drive to that carnival. He trails off, holding back tears. You both knew he had a drinking problem. Maybe this was the wake-up call he needed? Maybe. Your stomach lurches as you hurtle once again from the mouth of a slick pipe into a puddle of mud. The go-to... What? I've spent at least $100 in-game to see the different twists. The goateed man is here picking something out of his teeth. The twist can be a bit sanctimonious sometimes, if I'm honest. You wipe mud off your pants, trying to get back to grips with reality. Brian has never had a drinking problem that you know of. God. Squish Puff Dave, you need to make an album. Just an album of games. And just sell them, man. Because all of them, they just have this Squishy Puff Dave, they just got it. I don't know what it is. The twist must be a bit randomized. I would imagine so, right? Speak to the goateed man. What is this place? What the hell was that? How does this even work? No idea. I just work here. Another ticket, please. Let's see. As the door slams closed behind you, you breathe a sigh of relief. Finally, a moment of privacy. Randomized? Okay, cool. An anthology, yeah, the Squishy Puff Dave anthology. You know, like what could we call it? You take off the disguise you were wearing and check your watch. Only 5 minutes until backup arrives. You finally caught the son of a bitch, and he doesn't suspect a thing. A carnival was the perfect opportunity to get Brian out in the open while the boys search the house. All that's left is to plant the evidence. I don't know why this game is making me laugh so much. This twist caught me off guard. Your stomach lurches as you hurtle once again from the mouth of a slick pipe into a puddle of mud. The goateed man stands over you with an amused expression. I trust that you had an exciting revelation. You pick yourself up, confused. Of course you're not an FBI agent. Whatever made you think that? Honestly, you're not even sure if that plot made sense. Okay. So here's the thing that I want to talk about. Here's the cool thing about twist endings, right? And why, you know how a lot of people say like, oh, don't spoil the ending. It's a twist ending, right? Like, oh, with, Shyamalan, Sixth Sense, right? It's like the most famous twist ending, right? Oh, I guess somebody started playing Gwent. It's a really famous twist ending because it's a good twist ending, right? But the thing that I think is really interesting about twist endings is that twist endings are spoiler immune, right? They're spoiler immune, meaning that they are just as enjoyable the second time, the third time, the fourth time, the fifth time when you experience them. Because the twist, it doesn't really matter. Your brain almost kind of forgets about the twist. Even though you're like, here comes the twist, the story, when it does the twist, you go, yeah, like you're still excited about it. You're still excited about the twist. Same thing with like Oedipus Rex. It is just as effective. Oh yeah, Oedipus Rex is an example of a lot of things. Anagnoresis as well. I wonder if we're going to hit Anagnoresis in this narrative. But a twist ending is still just as fun and interesting as it always is if it's a well-constructed twist ending, right? So that's just something that kind of came to mind since this is all about twists and twist endings. This twist caught me out. I don't know why, but this game is straight up aesthetic. I love the deadpan approach to the bizarre things going on. That's kind of Squishy Puff Dave. Like how you just described that, that's kind of Squishy Puff Dave's, it's like deadpan, bizarro deadpan. Let's see. Speak to the goateed man. Another ticket, please. The goateed man takes your money and ushers you inside. The twist room is completely empty. The door swings shut to the sound of mocking laughter. We got him, boys, you hear the goateed man yell. Next stop, the meat factory. This one is ripe. An engine revs as you feel the room start moving. Suddenly, you are once again falling through a slippery pipe, which ejects you into a muddy puddle outside. The goateed man grins at you. Having a bad dream, mate? Looks like that one gave you a bit of a fright. Speak to the... I keep speaking to him and I don't need to. Another ticket, please. As the door slams closed behind you, you breathe a sigh of relief. Finally, a moment of privacy. You take off the disguise you're wearing and check your... Wait, you've already done this twist. Reality turns inside out and you hurtle out of the pipe again. Yeah, repeats can happen sometimes. The goateed man admits we're trying to iron out that kink. Yeah, repeats can happen sometimes. The goateed man replies. This is one of my favorite games ever submitted to a jam. I'm not gonna lie, this is one of my favorites. This is great. I think the reason a good twist is unspoilable is that the audience is really experiencing is the emotional. Exactly. That's exactly what I mean to say. Is that you're still experiencing the emotion of the character and the and ultimately the anagnoresis, because like anagnoresis is kind of a twist ending, right? Like Oedipus Rex discovering that he's married to his mom is a twist ending, right? It literally, like, it's a, oh my God, and he was married to his mom all along. But it doesn't matter, because every time you watch that play, you're going to go, oh my God, he's about to find out. Here it comes. Yep, there it is. Here comes the eye gouging thing. Like, it's always going to be awesome. Because it is anagnoresis. And anagnoresis, just a quick rundown of what anagnoresis is, it's an ancient Grecian term, narrative term, which ultimately it boils down to the moment in the narrative which recontextualizes the entire narrative for the audience, right? It makes you rethink the entire narrative in the audience. The audience rethinks the entire narrative. Like, when you watch Oedipus Rex, you're thinking one thing, right? And then you get to the end and it's like, holy shit, all that stuff that we just watched, he was married to his mom. That's the feeling you're evoking with anagnoresis, right? It reveals the true nature of the narrative. So yeah, my favorite game in the jams. Oh, you just wait until you get to the Colosseum. Let's see. Buy another ticket. The door slams shut behind you. A scantily clad Thai woman holds a bottle of lubricant and dresses to a massage table. Little does she know, you came prepared this time. You pull out your machine gun and blast her to smithereens. Reality folds in on itself and you shoot out of the pipe again. The goateed man is sitting at the booth playing a harmonica. Speak to the goateed man. What is this place? Okay, fine. Another ticket, please. The goateed man takes your money and ushers you. Inside, the room is draped in red velvet, lit by an extraordinary number of candles. A trail of white petals leads to a gold embossed sign. Will you marry me? The goateed man rips off his disguise. It's Brian. Brian gets down on one knee and pulls out a ring. Would you make me the happiest man in the world? Tears stream down your face. Yes, of course. As Brian pulls you in for a kiss, the room disintegrates. You fall through a slippery pipe and are once again ejected into a puddle of mud outside. One dramatic twist, as promised, declares the goateed man. Let it be known that this exhibit bears no responsibility for any resulting sexual confusion experienced by the twistee. It occurs to you that neither you nor Brian have ever expressed any romantic interest in one another. Let's see. My dog is growling, apparently. That's my favorite twist. Buy another ticket. The door to the whist room swings shut. On the wall, 2 words are painted in bright letters. Wake up. The world begins to spin as those words echo in your mind. You jolt awake, lying in the mud outside. The goateed man is here smoking a cigarette. You were out cold for a while there. Must have hit your head on the way down the pipe. Buy another ticket. The door to the twist room swings shut. On the wall, 2 words are painted in bright letters. Wake up. The world begins to spin. You jolt awake, lying in mud outside. Oh, interesting. I got the same one. Buy another ticket. The door slams shut behind you. Little does she know you came prepared this time. Okay. I think we might be reaching bedrock here. Buy another ticket. You jolt awake. Must have hit your head on the way down the pipe. Okay, I think we might have... Okay, yeah, let's check on Brian. I spent the $70th dollar. Shit. Okay. Return to the festival. Let's go to the bottle game real quick. Whoa. As the toothless woman sees you coming, she grins and pulls her face. Her expression turns to confusion. Sorry, I thought I was wearing a mask. Apparently, I'm just a toothless woman. Knock down the bottles, win a prize, $5. Play the game. You throw a ball. Better luck next time. Fine. Back to the car. Brian is waiting by the car. He waves at you. Ready to go? Yes. Please get me out of here. The flesh of Brian's face suddenly melts away, revealing an angry scowl of the goateed man. What makes you think you're allowed to leave this carnival, he barks. A pair of tiny horns protrude from the man's thinning hair. No, you don't get to leave until you learn your lesson. Certainly, you're not a monster, but you're no saint either. For one as resistant as you, purgatory can take a very, very long time. He opens his mouth as fire begins to pour out, engulfing you in flames. You slide down the chute and land face first in the mud once more. That one was a freebie, chuckles the goateed man. Don't worry, you're free to leave. I was just having fun. Should I buy one more ticket? Or should I leave? I got bamboozled with that one. I think it bamboozles everyone because it is, of course, this is ridiculous. It's a narrative about twist endings, and I didn't think there was going to be a twist ending at the narrative about twist endings. Buy another one. Spend $100. Buy another ticket. Blaster to Smithereens. It's sitting at the booth playing harmonica. One more twist. Buy another one. Meat Factory. You shut out the pipe again. Apologies for that. Okay, one more time. I've done this already, Yusai. I apologize, says the goateed man as he pulls out a gun and shoots you in the face. The universe collapses and you're hurled out of the pipe again. Yeah, repeats can happen sometimes, the goateed man admits. We're trying to iron out that kink. The room is draped in red velvet, lit by an extraordinary... Oh, I already read that. I don't know why I read it again. Okay. I think we can leave. Did I spend $100? Rankin Mona? Identified rodent? Okay. Return to the festival. One more bottle game. Knock down the bottles, win a prize. $5 entry. Oh, it hits a smack bang in the middle, bouncing straight back and hitting you in the eye. The bottles don't even move. God damn it, another twist. Back to the car. Brian is waiting by the car. He waves at you. Ready to go? Yes, please get me out of here. As you and Brian get into the car and begin the long ride home, the realization dawns on you. In a story full of twists, perhaps the only true twist is no twist at all. That was excellent. I love that. Thanks for playing the Twist Room. I hope the experience was sufficiently disorienting. If you had fun playing this game, I heartily suggest checking out my other most recent project, Operation Fake Out. What is that? Oh. You motherfucker. you fucker. Oh my god. Dude, the commitment. So that's the thing about the Squish Pub Dave. I've noticed this in both his personal tastes in fiction and also in the stuff that he makes, is that he really loves the hardline commitment to the theory, right? The hard commitment. Like what was that video you sent me? I'm gonna pull it up. Well, I'm not gonna pull up the video. I'm gonna pull up the next game. That video you sent me that was like an hour long. It was crazy. It was so weird. And the guy was just like super hardline committed to talking about this one inane thing for like an hour. Lasagna cat. Yeah. Whew. But that like falls like way in line with like, you know, the kind of thing that you're trying to make and the kind of thing that you're into. I should have like seen it. But of course I didn't. Operation Fake Out. Good Lord. That was awesome. That was really cool. How many plays have you gotten on that, by the way? Like not in Jam, just in general. I'm curious. Okay. All right. We'll do I Want to Woo the Handsome. Cuz this is pretty short, right? Chapter 1. It's only chapter 1, right? And then we'll do it's Simpin' time. Hello, Renzai. And then we'll do Rankin Moni. Okay. So what you're playing right now is a demo. And I've seen all this art about 100 million times. Let's see. I got like 140 something players on the sim already. Nice. And how many plays have you gotten on your game, Squish Bub Dave? I'm curious about that. Mr. C is here. I think my game is the longest on here. Yeah, we might end up actually playing yours next time. Don't worry, we'll get to everyone's, I promise. But I don't know if we're going to be able to get to every single person's game this time. When you first meet Kawazu, I'd recommend saving right then and there so you can open up path. What games were played? We have literally just finished Squishy Puff Days Twist Room. That's the only one we've played so far. So now we're starting up this one. I don't know what Epic 7 means. So just be aware of that. Okay. Already. I'm sorry. I gotta turn that down. Let's see. Twisted, yeah. So, new game. It's time, says Bruce Buffer. Or Awesome Trinket. First things first, what pronouns would you like to be known throughout the game? I'm going to go with he, him. Why not? Beep, 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 beep. All right. Jesus Christ, I'm up. I roll over in bed and stick my arm out, fumbling to grab my phone and shut off the alarm. Forgot to disable my alarm again, didn't I? With bleary eyes, I check today's date. It's an early Sunday morning. Well, at least I don't have to work today. I should probably get some arena battles so I can stay in champion. I exit out of the alarm app and instead open up my games folder. Challengers Dominials. Friendly face greets my eyes as I click on the icon for Epic 7. When are they going to announce that stupid collaboration already? With my entire body from the shoulders down still buried in the covers. I think you could say something like shoulders down still buried in the covers. I wait for the game to load while thinking about nothing important. Whoa, I get to catch a solid 5 minutes of the stream and it's this game. Welcome, Tillings. Figures, I'd spend my day off playing a stupid gacha game, whatever. Not like I have anything better to do. Not like I have any friends anyway. Oh, I'll get a friend. After logging in and collecting my daily reward, I click on the summon button to collect my free daily summon. Oh, that's exactly what I was aiming for, baby. Let's see. Another one of those memorandums figures. Boy, I don't know what that means. Okay. I enter the arena, scrolling down through my list of opponents to fight. Every single one of them has a hot new unit in their team. Typical. Inferno Kawazu. Everything about him is perfect, really. His design, his voice, his skill set. Ever since his release, he's been dominating this current meta. I want to summon one so badly, but luck hasn't been on my side lately. Not simping hard enough. And he's really hot, too. ... I should probably get something to eat. I think it's interesting that it's I don't have any food in the fridge, and my next paycheck isn't until a few days from now. I'm sure the convenience store down the street has some of my favorite ramen noodle brand. That'll tide me over for a bit. Or maybe that nearby restaurant. I'm sure they're still running that deal for some cheap breakfast. What should I do? Absolutely ramen. Ramen for breakfast again. Whatever. It's only $1 something at the store. I'm still surprised I even have any leftover change to scrape together. I've dumped almost all my cash into Epic Semic and other games I get tired of in a week. Gotta cuff up with money so it's luck on your side. Rolling over out of bed, I complete the battle and run a hand through my greasy hair. I'll see if I can shower after I get something to eat. It's still early in the morning. The peaceful silence of the neighborhood next to my apartment stirs a warmth in my chest, even on this cold autumn morning. I like going out early. It means no one's around to give a shit about the weirdo walking around staring at his phone. I don't know if that's a weirdo thing anymore. Is that a weirdo thing? I mean, I look at my phone literally the whole time I'm outside. And besides, this is a nice neighborhood. It's not like there's anyone around to mug me. I slow down in front of a light pole. It's not like a 5-minute walk was tiring me out or anything, but I just wanted to check up on something. It's common. I would say so. I unlock my phone screen again, turning it horizontally and looking over my summon screen again. This is, I like this. This is cool. Because this was made in RPG Maker, right? Or is this Ren'Py? I don't know. But typically, I thought I had heard that you said something about how it's kind of difficult to retrofit these types of games to work in this engine. Maybe you might be able to do something cool with the concept of a top-up mechanic where the VN's route changes depending on how you spend fake real currency. That actually could be really interesting. Yeah, that could be really cool. And it adds a game mechanic, right? Beyond kind of like clicking and reading. I'm assuming there's more game mechanics coming, but It could be kind of see what he's talking about. What Two Links is talking about is something we call in the biz. It's called a budget. It's RPG Maker MV bastardized to run VNs. I see. Okay, so but the thing that's interesting about budgets in narratives is that they are one of the easiest ways to just inject tension into a narrative, right? Pinckney, the professor at Neophyte, one of his famous examples is if you ever want to write an interesting story, give a guy $10 and tell him he has to get across town in 2 hours. Right? It's not enough money to get a cab, but it's enough money to get a bus, but a bus is too slow, right? So he has two budgets. He has time and he has money. Not a lot of money and not a lot of time. And by giving a character a budget, I mean, you can already feel it, right? There's going to be tension. What is he going to do? Is he going to give somebody like $2 to ride in their tuk-tuk and then he's going to steal a bike? And you know what I mean? So like that's just so that's kind of what Two Links is talking about, is the gamified version of that, with like giving your character a budget of currency. Especially be a game about a gacha game, which they're famous for having like 600 million currencies. So it actually could be really funny if you had like 600 million currencies you had to manage. Couldn't hurt to do a few summons for Inferno Kawazu, right? 1 summon, 2 summons, 3 summons, 4. Yeah, there's actually going to be gold and money later on in day 2 plus. Cool. I get a few 4-star units, but none of them being the one I'm looking for. Damn it, I just want Kawazu. I start walking again on the sidewalk, not paying attention to the lights and sounds around me, and instead staring down at my phone. Okay, let's see. It's going to be for gift giving, mind you. Okay. I think it could be used for more things, though. Exclamation mark. There can only be one great chief. It's him. I stop dead in my tracks where I'm walking. Dead in my tracks where I'm walking means the same thing. Staring in awe at how few summons it took to get him. He was mine. He's mine, he's mine, he's mine, he's mine, he's mine. I can't believe it, and in so few summons, too. I guess luck really was on my side today. Yeah, better go play some slots. It's really him. Oh, is that a truck or exclamation marks? Now loading. Day 1, morning. Now loading. So I'm assuming we got hit by a car? Ah, my head. The first thing that hits me is the overwhelming heat. The air around me is so hot, it almost feels thick in my nose and lungs. And so it begins. Dun, dun, dun. Wait. Remembering what had happened to me just moments before, I jolt awake and sit upright, being greeted by a glowing scene of reds and oranges and yellows. Huh? Where is this? Where am I? What happened? Why does this place feel so Kawazu? It doesn't make sense. I know I've seen this place before, but simp. I remember walking to get food, summoning for Inferno Kawazu, getting him, and then that truck. What is this? An isekai or something? Did the writer really not come up with anything better? Ugh, I can't worry about that. I got to figure out where I am first. I stand up, taking in the sights around me. I know this place is familiar somehow, but I don't get how. Wait, is that Kawazu? That's definitely music, but where's it coming from? At the meta dialogue. But where's it coming from? And why have I heard it before? I think I know. Investigate the music. I think I figured it out just before the character. Well, might as well figure out where this music's coming from first. Where there's music, there's civilization. Maybe then someone can help tell me where I am. Excuse me. After taking a moment to gather my thoughts, I realize that I'm at the very end of a tunnel. Well, I guess that explains why I haven't seen anyone around. Maybe they're up ahead or something. Looking around, I still can't pinpoint which direction the music is coming from. It seems to surround me like I'm playing a video game or something. Better start walking. It's no good just to sit around and hope for the best. After I make my way out of the tunnel, a bunch of lights catch my eye. I stop and look. A city. Finally, we're getting somewhere. Just as long as I can figure out where I am, then I can figure out how to get home, too. I break out into a run. This is very, 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 very anime dialogue. You know what I mean? And I mean this as a compliment. Like, I'm assuming that it's attempting to do this, that it is intending to be anime dialogue, but it's very anime dialogue, where it's like the over explanation of things, where it's like, I have to figure out where I am, but first I need to walk in order to get there. If there's a city, they might be able to tell me where I am. It's like all these things that we can kind of intuit as audience members, but anime just loves to like pile it on, where it's like, in order for me to walk, I need to move my feet. And then if my feet are moving, then I'm going forward. And then I can go to the town. And then there will be people there, and the people talk. And when they talk, they might be able to tell me things about where I am. I keep getting the feeling that this place is familiar somehow, and I know for a fact that I've seen it before. I just don't remember where. Pretty much got to narrate every internal dialogue. It's just how anime works, right? Like it's its own thing. It's kind of its own style. I think people really like it, right? Like anime is incredibly popular for a reason. Eventually, I get to the edge of the city, and the houses and whatnot are small, but made with beautiful stone and obsidian. Hello, Toaster. I thought you weren't gonna make it. Fourth wall breaking visual novels are great. Ahem kimi to Kanojo no koi. I don't know what that means. The houses and whatnot are small, but made with beautiful stone and obsidian. It reminds me of a small town that I used to live in before I got thrown here. Get back, angered Emberstorm warrior. Huh? Without so much as another warning, the muscular blonde man jabs me in the stomach, shoving me away from the entrance of the city. Ah, Jesus Christ. For which tribe do you fight for? For Jesus Christ. That's what I said. What? Arg. I ask again, which tribe do you fight for? Do you fight for Lava Vein tribe? Or for the Flameheart tribe? For Jesus Christ. The way he spits the term Flameheart says everything I need to know about the relationship this place has with them. It's the name of the visual novel by Nitropolis Wabi Sabi, a.k.a. Totono, a.k.a. you and me and her. See? Ah, okay. I see. All right. Fair play. I just don't know what... I'm just not familiar enough with the world. Flameheart. Lava V. I figured out why this place is so familiar to me. This is Meldrick, which means I'm in Sidonia. And that would mean I've fallen into the world of Orbis as my magical isekai adventure. Answer the damn question already. I don't have all day. I told you like 4 times. I fight for the tribe of Jesus Christ. Oh, I was so busy being an odd. How lucky I am to fall into my favorite video game that I completely forgot this guy was here. How do I respond to this guy, though? Which one is Kawazu? Which one is Kawazu? Which tribe? I like that I fell here from the sky, but I'm wondering which one is Kawazu. Because that's the tribe I fight for. Okay, Lava Vein it is. Lava Vein. I wandered from the Lava Vein district. With any luck, this amazing adventure should be taking place after Godkiller, when Kawazu and the handsome Lava Vein chief have reconciled. I mean, it's kind of cool. I do kind of like the knowledge base of the main character, kind of like trying to manipulate the game world based on like regional or like seasonal updates or whatever. Oh, is that what you went with, Toaster? Okay. Let's see. Okay. From which half? Which half? Why are there halves of the Lava Vein district? I don't think that was ever a thing in Godkiller. There was a Dawnstride time, but that was just for a hidden story. You said Western? Nobody said Western. I'm going to say Western. From the Western half? Wait, did the music just stop? Judging by the way he widens his eyes in either shock or anger, that was the wrong answer. Lava Vein is divided into north and south. What? Oh, he's pissed now. I'll never let you into the Grey Ember Storm District. This reminds me of Lost in Austin, where Jane Austen buff falls into Pride and Prejudice. This is like... Let's see. Both choices are wrong. Okay. I'll never let you into the Great Internet. Yeah, I mean, East and West, right? Sucks to suck. Okay. What am I going to do? Meldrick should be okay with visitors now, right? It doesn't make sense. If I can just get into the Great Chief Kawazu and explain the situation. Yeah, that's why. Hey, I'm really sorry for this. Please don't be mad. I shove the Ember Storm NPC roughly and bolt under his arm, speeding straight into the district. Sorry. Don't let him get far. Oh god. I glance behind my shoulder. I can see that he's chasing after me. There are multiple guards now, not just him. Come on, baby. It's just like you're running a maze stage in the story. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. I don't know what that means, but I get it. So this is kind of a cool thing. I don't think we might not be able to get through this entire game because I want to get through 3 before time is up. I'll try to get to Kawazu, but I want to talk about this one thing. So there's something that's really cool about narrative that I think everybody needs to remember, and this is something that is really important. It's a stickler. I am a stickler for this. Yeah, I like how the protag is calling them NPCs. I completely agree. I think that the whole fourth wall thing is working very well for this game. Better so than I expected, actually. Possibly because I don't know the game, but it's working really well for me. But the thing I wanted to talk about is that in narrative, your audience doesn't need to know everything. Case in point, I know nothing about this game, this world, I know nothing about it. I don't even know the title. I'm pretty sure I've read it while I've played the game. But this is a good thing because your audience doesn't need to know, right? So when you're writing a story, and let's say, I don't know, just an example, your character's an astrophysicist, just like a ridiculous, and I mean, it's not a ridiculous example, but like it's a kind of on the nose example because not many people know about astrophysics, right? In order for your story to be entertaining, you don't need to have the astrophysicist explain astrophysics, nor does the author. The author doesn't need to explain how astrophysics works in order for the narrative to be fun. All the audience needs to know is just enough so that we kind of get what's going on, right? Yeah. Samantha Carter from Stargate. Yeah, totally. That's a great example. Neither did I when I jumped in from that perspective. The constant fourth wall breaking is actually pretty helpful to understand the full. Yeah, I agree. Actually, it does help a lot. But it's so like, I don't know what Emberstorm is. I don't know what Kawasu, I don't know what any of these things mean, right? But I know just enough about just my experiences with narrative throughout the course of my life that I kind of understand, like, well, there's some important people, there's some tribes are typically at war with each other, like I can intuit the details of this narrative from the select few ones that are being given. So as long as you're choosing these details right, you're doing a good job. You're doing a good job with your details, right? So she tries to explain and Jack O'Neill tells her to shut up. Yeah, right. Well, that's the author saying, shut up, right? Like, it's like this thing that is really annoying to me, like in those detective shows like CSI and NCIS and those kinds of shows where they're like the super interesting detective character or like the lab technician character is like, and the molecular structure of this and this and this, and then the main character's like, shut up, you dumb nerd, explain it in English, and then the main character, and then they're like, analogy, and it's like you're shooting yourself in the foot to hit yourself in the back of the head when you do that. That's why it's just a really bad writing technique. Choose one. Either just do the analogy or just do the technical talk, but do it in a way that's quick, right? Do it in a way that we can basically intuit what's happening. See you later, 2 Legs. Have fun in class. Let's see. Or dated from Star Trek, calculating things to them. Yeah, totally. Let's see. Yeah, it is really annoying. It's super annoying. And it's unnecessary. It just makes for bad. It literally actually makes the writing worse the more you explain things, in my opinion. Now, anime, for whatever reason, just loves to explain like mundane things. Like, I have to walk into town, and in order to do that, I need to use my feet. So like, but that's just anime. But like, I think this world stuff is just kind of working, right? I don't know what the hell's going on, but I can intuit enough. Let's see. Yeah, it's an annoying trope a lot of the time. Mm-hmm. Hey, come on. Just let me talk to the great Chief Kawazu for no reason. He'll be seeing to your fate in prison. I knew that Kawazu's arc was about learning to be less stubborn, but this is too far. I hate hearing them get halfway through, yet only to get cut off. Makes me sad. I want to hear the tech talk. Yeah, right. Yeah, either one or the other, right? One or the other. Am I really in the orbis? I know. Day one afternoon. Ugh, this stinks, literally. How many hours has it been since I got thrown in here? Like 3 or 4, and still no Kawazu to sort this mess out. Damn it. No Kawazu. Let's see. Have I been watching too much Isekai anime? Maybe. As the Germans say, vielleicht. I know a lot of them are pretty poorly written, but the main character could usually pull off something like this just fine. Let's see. Although I will admit it can feel oddly realistic, judging from how some of my professors seem to think of certain things that they teach as common sense when they very much are not. Yeah, I agreed. But this is different context, right? So like in an educational classroom, you should explain the things that you're talking about because you're trying to educate. Stories by default are not trying to educate. Stories by default are entertainment devices, right? Um, so yeah, but I do ultimately agree with you. Again, just because it's realistic doesn't mean it's necessarily good. I completely agree with that. Um, yeah. So, and this is why I say to respond to what Toaster is saying. Ideally, you do explain the things you're talking about. So, it once again, it's just enough. It's just enough that we can intuit, we can infer, right? If as long as the audience can infer what's going on, because like you could read a story about a golfer, right? And he's like, oh, it's a dog leg left, got to use my 5 iron. You know what I mean? And like, I mean, I just use like two random golf terms, but like, you don't necessarily know what those terms mean, but you can intuit just enough that you're like, okay, so he's annoyed about this, and he's going to use this tool as a solution, right? I got it, and that's it. That's ultimately the point I'm trying to make. Let's see. Oh, if you choose the chance choice route here, I'd recommend turning up the volume. I'm actually really proud of the music choice. Okay. I groan and tilt my head back, resting on the humid and damp concrete wall. I am the only one. Let's see. I'm trying to hurry. Yes, great chief. He's being kept in here. Huh? I sit up at the sound of voices. What do you want to do with us? What do? Okay, so here's a question I have real quick, and I'm going to keep reading. I'm just going to ask the question. Is it very, very normal for visual novels to be in present tense? I'm just curious because I feel like every visual novel I read is in present tense. Bring me to him. I'll decide his fate for myself. Hey, isn't that the Kawazu's voice? I don't remember it sounding so gruff, though. It usually is. I usually use past tense. Okay, sometimes it is. Yes, it is normal. I think it is. Yeah, most of them. I think so. I'm not entirely sure, but it seems like all the visual novels I've ever like seen played or have played, um, yeah, right. And I figured, yeah, right, in response to what Toaster said, since you're being presented to the story in real time. Yeah, I think it makes sense. It would be kind of weird if a game was in past tense. It's just a thing that I'm always thinking about with game narrative because, like, I'm trying to constantly map, like, when you're writing a short story or a novel, for example, the general advice is write in third person past tense always, right? That's the best form. It's the best form of fiction. If you're straying away from this, you better have a reason for it. If you're going into first person, you better have a damn good reason for it. Like we're talking like Notes from the Underground by Fyodor Dostoevsky reason or Lolita reason, you know? Like you have to have a very good reason for why you're straying away from third person past tense. And it doesn't seem to be the case in video games because video games by their very nature have real-time input, right? And so that's why I wondered if maybe that's why they're in present tense. I don't know, I'm just thinking. I use first person past tense generally because it's from the perspective of the character in the visual novel, right? Hey, isn't that Quasi's voice? I don't remember. Once I actually get a chance to talk to him, I'm sure I can explain this, and I'll get his number, and then we'll text all day. Um, let's see. Me, who uses first person present tense for one of novels because present tense gives it a more rushed, choppy feel, shifty. Yeah, I mean, like I said, it's just it's a reason thing, right? So if you have a reason for why you're doing it, then you should do it. If you don't have a reason, you should probably be writing it in third person past tense. It's very popular to write in first person present tense though, and very popular to write in first person past tense. People really, really, really like to write it, and it particularly in like young adult genres. That's a very common thing to do. Um, so let's see, Exploding Brain, you got it. Let's see. Um it's also a noir cliche that works, yeah. The Emberstorm Warrior is the first one in, yanking me up to my feet. Damn it, I just want to talk to the fucking Kawazu. Get up, great Chief Kawazu wishes to see you, and don't you dare try to run this time. Where would I run? Why would I run? I'm getting what I want. Kawazu steps out from the shadows, revealing himself to me. Well, what do we have here? So you're the one who tried to break into Emberstorm, huh? That's the handsome great chief of Dark Sidonia? And I just unlocked you. I bought you with in-game currency. It's time. I really appreciate how much Awesome Trinket loves this game. Anime time. Oh, look, it seems the prisoner has lost his ability to speak. What happened to all the bravado my men said you had? I don't understand why, but... Oh, anime tag questions. We should have a drinking game. Okay, so the Delta sign, she said. I don't understand why, but something awakes in me the way he seems to look down at me. He looks so handsome when he smirks at me like that. The way he takes control is confidence to the point of arrogance. Okay, I was told to turn the music up. What's the matter? Don't you have anything to say for yourself? I That was unexpected. What the hell? I agree. I guess that didn't go over well with him. Gain 5 fear. Gain 5 fondness. What's all this fear and fondness? Weirdly enough, Quazo seems almost flattered. Ow. What is the meaning of this? Double down. Your great chief is so handsome. It should be practically an honor to be stepped on by him. Wow, this is going in a weird direction. This is amazing. Please, oh handsome great chief of Meldrick, it would be an honor to be degraded by you. What is wrong with him? Gain 5 fear. Oh, the fear's back. I'm very glad that I went with this direction. Stop drooling on yourself like a dog. Uh-oh. You filth. This is wild. Why is my heart fluttering? Kawazu gives me one final look of disgust before he turns toward the Emberstorm Warrior. I don't want to deal with this right now. Leave him down here until he calms down. I can tell I'm not going to be getting anywhere with him in this state. The music. You're just going to leave me like that without even asking me out? Why would I? Yes, I am. Well, that's rather rude of you, don't you think? It turns his leaves without so much of a second thought or a response to me. Perhaps he thought I wasn't worthy of one. The Emberstorm NPC tosses me down rather roughly onto the ground, slamming the door and returning to his position clearly so I couldn't get out. Wait, what am I doing? Why did I just say all of that? I mean, I get I have... Okay, hang on. We can... Music's great, but... it's like, I think 5 times as loud for me as it is for you guys. I got the fondness 50-50? That was a bit too far, wasn't it? I bet I look like a fool to him now. Great way to start off on the wrong foot. That opens you up for the groveling at his feet thing. Okay. I'm not exactly sure what happened, but eventually I fell asleep on the concrete floor, and if I'm being perfectly honest, I'm still not sure if the voice of the woman I heard was part of my dream. Hear me. Huh? Can you hear me? I can hear you, but who are you? Some may call me the goddess Disha? I've been in Germany for a while. Dish. Of this world. I have brought to you, Dish, to northern Meldrick because you are the last hope for these forsaken lands. Is a bit bugged by day 1 night. It's supposed to be say 5 fondness. Sorry. It's okay. The I'm sorry, what? Perfectly normal event. Actually, no, wait, I forget I asked. Yeah, it's okay, Awesome Trinket. I'm actually going to have to stop here, I think, because I want to get in one more game before the stream's over. And we're already a little bit over time, so. But this is crazy. I mean, just keep submitting it. I'll just keep playing it in the next game jam, like, it's just, whatever. It's fun. It's weird. I don't understand shit, but it's fun. That is not important. Yes, it is. The lore is wrong. There's no enhanced mage project here, meaning you clearly left way earlier than in the regular Orbis. Okay. I have a feeling this is going to go on for a while. So now, as promised, I'm going to move on to Rankin Moon, Mona, identified rodent. Can I save? Is there a way? She told me to save. Sorry, I hope she doesn't see this. I'm clicking really fast. I'm probably missing a bunch of funny things. I'm sorry. Okay. Oh, right click? Damn it, Twitch delay. It's okay. I can just catch up. I mean, it's not like it was that hard. I can just click. Okay, so there's a bug on my monitor. Let's do I don't know you, because this one's short, right? So maybe if this goes fast, maybe we can get a third one or a fourth. I just want to check. What was the first game you played? I played Squish Puff Dave's. I have not played yours yet, Toaster. I restarted 2 when playing the visual novel because I didn't know how to save. Let's see. So yeah, I have not played Toaster's. I have not played Chris's. I have. Let's look. I played this one. I have not played Rinzai's. I have not played Toaster's. I have not played Monochrome. I have played Squish Puff Dave, Awesome Trinket. So I still need to play I Don't Know You, Crown and Wish, Interactive Fiction Practice. I think we'll save this one for last because I don't think he ever ended up joining the Discord. So, and I think this game was made a while ago. But we'll see. I'm not entirely sure. Let's see. Oh, Escape. Oops. Well, I mean, I'm assuming that this game is going to be submitted, like, probably to the next jam too. So we get to see more of it anyway. I have to check the VOD, then I'll absolutely want to see what your thoughts on it was. Yeah, no, don't worry. I mean, I think we're going to end up doing 2 streams. There's no way I'm going to be able to get through them all. So whatever ones we don't get to today, we do next week, right? And we might even go over into a third week because I tend to get games that are very long because they're narratives. I will say that Dark Lights is a work in progress. Yeah, I mean, it's okay. They all are. Mine may be long. Yeah, I mean, Rinzai, yours are always like, I mean, you turn in novels. It's crazy. I can't believe the production. You just have an unbelievable, like, you're like a machine. Like, full novels. Mine is definitely longest. Yeah, I'd imagine so. I mean, yours also looked like it's been in development for quite a while. So, but that's okay. I mean, it's not a big deal. It's whatever. We get through them as we go, and we talk about narrative and we talk about games. That's kind of how this works, right? So, games. What's up, HXC Sasquatch? So, let's do I Don't Know You. So this took 3rd in best use of optional theme. Cool. I don't think this one got rated very nice. Like, it didn't get rated enough, it looked like. I think it only got like 2 or 3, which is unfortunate. Y'all need to play your games. Do your homework. Mine will take a little longer to play if all routes are played. I don't think. I mean, I guess it depends. We may play them all, and we may not. We may play just 1, maybe play 2. I'm still happy to it got rated at least. Absolutely, that's kind of thing. That's what this is for. It's for people to get comments. It's to hear what I say about it. It's to, get some ideas based on it's workshop. This is ultimately what I'm trying to recreate is like a workshop where only one person talks. So I proudly state that I rated all of them. Hell yeah, Chris. Hell yeah. It got so few ratings, but it was really short and thus easier to play and rate. I see. Run game. I don't know you. You wake up just to write music. You don't look at the sky like you used to. Instead, you look up at the cocoon dangling from the ceiling. Already, we have a really good uninventable detail. Just throwing that out there. As a callback to what I was saying. Uneventable details. The cocoon dangling from the ceiling. Cool. Good morning. Go back to sleep. Good morning. Cool animation. Someone is in there. Cut it open. You don't like sharp things, but decorative scissors are cute, aren't they? Take scissors from your drawer. I'm assuming that this is supposed to be an image that it just didn't. Yeah, a missing image. Okay. Take scissors from your drawer. It's okay. It's not a big deal. I don't want to cut its support, but then again, maybe I do. This is already really cool. This has like this thing. I wish I could explain it. It has a quality to it. I've called it X Factor in the past. Yeah, it's got this like thing about it. It's just it's weird, and I'm afraid to click. Let's see. Snip, snip. Your scissors cut into the fabric. The body is moving erratically. That doesn't stop you. This is very interesting music. The cocoon lands onto the floor with a loud thump. The fabric unravels, revealing curly strands of brown hair. It's yours. This is cool. It's yours. This is almost like a poem. That was cool. That was really cool. Huh. That was like a poem. That kind of read like a poem to me. Oh yeah, we'll play it again for sure. I mean, that was like what, 15 seconds? I don't know you. You wake up just to write music. You don't look at the sky like you used to. Instead, you look up at the cocoon dangling from the ceiling. This is cool. This is really, really, really interesting prose. Or, I guess, lyrics. I'm kind of convinced that this is a poem. Go back to sleep. You don't mind a thing, do you? You're sickening. Sleep. The next morning you wake up. You work on the song until it's done. On to the next one. Huh. Interesting. It's very interesting in how it's written. It's vague, but the specific choices cut deep. Yeah, it's once again, it's those details. The better the chosen the detail, the more work it does for you, right? And as you write more, I think you can either haphazardly, kind of accidentally stumble on the perfect details, or as you gain more experience, you learn what the details are, right? The chosen details you need for any given story. Typically, poets are really good at choosing the details, because that's what a poem is, right? The poem is the precise details. So at the cocoon dangling from the ceiling. Good morning. Someone is in there. Gently ripped it open with your hands. Wouldn't want to hurt them now. Rip. Ooh, that seems to be glitter. Interesting. Your hands are stained. You stare at them. Oh, it's your song. It sounds clunky, like the instruments were forced to play for you. I don't know. I don't know you. I really love this game and want to show it to my partner because she might get something interesting out of it. She composed orchestral music. Very cool. Yeah, it is kind of like a little bit like a creepypasta. Not with those hands. Keep working. You don't mind a thing, do you? You're sickening. Sleep. This is weird in a really good way. Yeah, this is cool. Okay, let's do it one more time. Let us waltz. Good morning. I want to I don't want to do this anymore, I think. Gently rip it open with your hands. Wouldn't want to hurt them now. Rip, question mark? That seems to be glitter. Let us waltz in the twilight zone. Thank you all so much. I'm so happy right now. I'm glad. Yeah, this is, I mean, good job. This is very cool. Like, I don't know how else to really say it. It's just, I like its simplicity. I like its weirdness. I like its kind of internal, like, I don't know. It's just like X Factor. It's hard to say. It's a small moment in the grand scheme of things, but it still has a lot to tell. Yeah, and it's just kind of strange. Like the music, it all kind of works together to be a thing, you know. I don't want to do this anymore. Then forgive yourself. You cradle the cocoon in your arms. The glitter latches onto you, but you don't mind. Finally, the song feels like how it was supposed to. Still, I don't know you. But you do. The end. That was awesome. That was very cool. Yeah, I like that cradling the cocoon, because the cocoon is kind of like the idea, right? It's the idea for the song. I'm kind of imagining, and the different ways you interact with the idea are kind of reflected back at the player, and the character, right? So yeah, I think that's cool. I think that's really cool. Wow, you've unlocked the mystery. Yeah, I love the strings that kick in during the end song after their bit. Yeah, I'm looking forward to either seeing an updated version of this if you wanted to keep working on it, or just another one, another idea. I always saw the cocoon as a representation of the protagonists themselves. Yeah, right. Like the hair is yours, the glitter. It's just like, it's interesting because the details are very tactile, like choosing to rip it open versus cut it open. And like, yeah, I'll be honest, the first thing I imagined in the cocoon was the Eraserhead baby. Yeah. I mean, it could have gone that way, but I'm actually kind of glad it didn't. I'm glad that it stayed a little ethereal and surreal, right? I think this game will be left as is, except for an update for the missing image. Yeah, well, I think that's a good choice. So in that case, with the image, and then yeah, I'm just excited to see whatever else comes. And unfortunately, I've gone over my time. I've got to go do some other stuff this evening, unfortunately. So we're gonna finish the games next week, or maybe I can do like a bonus stream, like either this weekend or next Monday. I'll let everybody know. That way we can actually get through all the jam games in like the 2-week time period that I usually try to shoot for. Sorry for those who I didn't get to today. So we got these three, and we need to get through. We will definitely do. Still working on it, Gamma Song and Monochrome next week. I might do like a bonus stream for Crown and Wish and Interactive, or maybe like Interactive and Gamma Song, something like that. I'm not entirely sure. But yeah, I know you all worked like super hard on this stuff, so I really appreciate you guys submitting it, and I hope that my critique and my analysis of these things is beneficial. And yeah, so we will reconvene soon, and we will continue to play the games. Meanwhile, we appreciate you hosting the jam. Absolutely, it's super fun. I enjoy it. we will reconvene in the Discord as is tradition, and we will continue to randomly share pictures of praying mentai and all that stuff. Yeah, absolutely. And yeah. So until then, I will until 15 seconds from now, and I will talk to you on the Discord. um, yeah, Manti. So see you later. I promise we'll play all the games. I promise. Goodbye.